Shadow Fighters, welcome back to our channel. Today we will dive into a concept for Underworld Shadow as a boss for Void storyline. This video discusses a concept I made and is aimed at the honest and loyal fans of the game. So if you're a fan that cares about fresh and good new updates, you're in the right place. So without any further ado, let's begin the video. Before we start off with the abilities and skills for Underworld Shadow, let's first understand how to introduce him without cutting off the main storyline of the Void. So here's how you get introduced, and I call this feature as challenges. This is how this works. You get a pop-up message that you got challenged by someone, or if someone is trying to hire you since you're new in the Void. A feature that's very similar to what you see in Shadow Fight 2. Challenges are meant to be hard, and the player power points shouldn't impact much. It's the skills that do. So in this challenge, we see a message to the player from someone unknown, informing the player about a caravan smuggling a precious cargo or a person through the eastern desert. You can accept this side mission or snooze it and play it later with better gear. Now what I imagined this is as a 3-stage survival battle with 6 rounds each against the masked nomads who are smuggling the precious cargo. Okay, now how does the Underworld Shadow come into this? This is how it goes. In the 3rd stage, you find yourself ambushed by a group of other radicals called as the Falcons. Every weapon and gear all the opponents use are Void faction gears. After defeating them in the 6th round, you get a new dialogue before fighting the next opponent. It's that the cargo is moving from the box. It breaks out as if it was in a sleep and walks outside the sci-fi caravan. This person is the Underworld Shadow, and that's how I want him to be introduced. To the player, this will seem like another carefree stranger who is yawning and just came out of a sealed box. It's a mystery to the player as to why an armed person was inside the cargo box, or why this man was smuggled. Well, unlike the old Shadow in Chapter 7, I want the Underworld Shadow to be intelligent, cunning, wise, and smart. Just someone with common sense. The Underworld Shadow comes out and says,
"Plan's dead. You lot butted in and blew it. I was meant to be captured, delivered straight to the Ravens. I guess intel leaked, and you're here for the fat bounty on my head. Not a smart move, kid, with a small group like yours. I'll knock you out and find my way to get the Ravens."
Now, this 6th round is your first battle against Underworld Shadow. You aren't supposed to win this fight. That's how it's made. Every attack you do will be dodged by Shadow with his dark purple glow ability, which is the subtle use of Void energy. After a few seconds, without even using his weapon, he will hit you with his fists with Void energy. The attack style will be different from Chapter 7 Shadow, and this is a completely fresh new move. The attack takes down 80% of your health. It's a knockback critical hit. The Underworld Shadow walks slowly, confidently towards you, who is in the ground. Suddenly, you see Indigo rolling into the screen and does an ice blast at Shadow, freezing him in place with ice crystals. Underworld Shadow breaks free from it. The animation will be like the screen going dark first, to give contrast to the glowing purple energy over him, and blasts the ice. Even special energy attacks he does will be in this effect. You'll see pop-up text from Indigo saying, "What the hell did you get yourself into?" Indigo tries to jump and strike with her Kusarigama at Shadow. Behind there is Ishtar trying to hold off Shadow with whip katars. But Shadow does a Void slash on her Indigo as she gets close immediately and kicks Ishtar with sudden leg moves. Now you get back up by regaining consciousness and stand up to fight. Underworld Shadow menacingly walks towards you. No matter what you do, he will hit you in the gut and knock you down. He walks away into the background, and this is the end of the introduction and the fight. The ending dialogues include him complimenting your will and how he has no need to kill you as he realized you are no bounty hunter or have issues with his mission. He walks off saying that he sees you have a good heart and can meet him to fight when you're ready to join him in his mission. He tells you that I know the potential of my son and goes away. This line is a teaser to show that he already got aware that you're his son by just fighting you. Okay, so this was the introduction. Press the like button and subscribe if you enjoy game concepts. I'll be sending all these directly to Neki game designers so that one day we can together as a community page wait from this concept to come in game. Comment down your thoughts and suggestions. This will be ready by the development team and help them. Okay, now let's see the system of fights. After this fateful battle, even after Ishtar's warning of not to go after this mysterious man who they have no intel on, you still go to meet him at the place he told you about to ask him about his mission. This is unlocked after 24 hours only. The side story of challenges is a more mystery-driven story mode of the game, so Shadow's mission is to find and rescue the missing girl. The only thing you know is she has burn marks over her arms, and many organizations are trying to sacrifice her for the immortality ritual. In the wrong hands, the ritual's power can be modified to burn and kill opponents remotely. However, Shadow also wants you to grow, so he will test you and train you by fighting with him. The first boss battle you'll have with him will be with him using Void Energy. Here's some of his moves and abilities. Focus Nebula. This is an attack with a glow effect on the ground near him in a limited radius. If you step into this proximity zone, he will auto-attack you, so best is to stay away from this zone. The attack is similar to Shadow Mind's ultimate ability, where he sends you flying in the sky. Underworld Shadow does something similar with his katana. It's difficult to explain with just words and little visuals. I hope you guys have good imagination. Second ability is Fission. This is a changed middle punch that throws you far away. The special effect is the impact. You'll be slammed to the wall at the end with a breaking wall visuals and a new recovery animation. Third ability is Darkness. Here, once the ability is active, you'll see him enter the Void form. Shadow is holding back though. In Void form, sometimes when you hit him, it's like a false dark purple smoke cloud is there. As if the hit turned him into a smoke, and this smoke travels to teleport to a new spot and reforms as Shadow. This helps him to dodge and counterattack you. Sometimes he can become a shadow on the ground and strike you with a sudden pounce from the ground, so it works like a camouflage as well. In defeats, Shadow doesn't have a normal defeat animation as anyone. He crouches down, and this is an exclusive animation for Underworld Shadow. Or he can be standing and doing a different animation in defeat. This is because Underworld Shadow is truly stronger than you. Okay, now to the story aspect of the challenge, Feature. After the boss battle or before the boss battle, you'll track down and take out Falcon's members and try to find out where the Girl Island. You'll also enter crime scenes where the Falcons have ambushed. You'll also be given choices to decide who is the culprit behind leaking information to the Falcons. This should be decided by the player's keen observation to the story dialogues, which can also be accessed in Journal. If you took a wrong decision in finding the culprit in the choice-based missions, sometimes Shadow will correct you. Sometimes he trusts your gut and moves with your decision. But be mindful, a wrong decision can give you additional trouble by giving battles that deviate from the main story. That is, suppose this character is the actual suspect, but you chose the other one. Then you'll be fighting against unnecessary nomads in survival fights, which is fun, but is going to take 5 or 10 minutes away. Then the story directs back to the proper main suspect. Point is, you won't be disappointed with the wrong or right decisions. You get to explore more of the world in this challenge. Feature. After completing a few sets of mission with Shadow, he will offer to train with you. There are also fights where he uses different energy to make the fight fun. Suppose he used light energy before, next fight he will use rot energy, and in the final battle of challenge story, he will use void to train you. So the point of these challenge mode is to give you more immersive gameplay experience. You'll unlock notes about Underworld Shadow along the way, which tells secrets about his journey in the Underworld. Also, when you try to ask about the Collector, Shadow says he isn't interested in trivial matters, and the Collector is a problem the player has to face. He is not supposed to intervene with the epoch of immobility. That's the end of today's concept. I hope you loved it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more.